Um, so I just came on because I wanted to get this Uber ride that happened this morning. I wanted to tell you about it because it seems really sketch to me. I accepted this ride. It fit my criteria for dollars per active hour. It was a 12-minute ride to the pickup. So I drove down there and I was 2 minutes away from the pickup. I got a message from the rider, Elena. She said, "Oh, I don't feel well. So my two colleagues, two gentlemen, are going to take my Uber instead." I replied, "That doesn't seem right. Um, could you not cancel this and they can get their own Uber?" So, of course, she never replied to that. And I started thinking, this seems really sketch. I don't feel well, and therefore I'm giving my Uber ride to these other people. I'm like, what? Maybe there's a reason that they can't have their own account, or you can also order an Uber as a guest. It was like, it seemed sketchy to me. So I was like, well, what is she thinking? Is she thinking that I should cancel? Because if I cancel, then I'll get $0, right? After I've driven down the highway for 10 minutes during rush hour. So I didn't cancel. I just sat, first of all, I backed up in, I was about a minute away from the pickup. And I went into a parking lot and I was like, what am I going to do here? I don't think this is safe. I don't want to go to the pickup. Seems like there might be a confrontation. So so I turned on Lyft, and fortunately I got a Lyft ride. So I just left that Uber ride sitting there, went and picked up the Lyft person. Eventually, I think about 10 minutes later, she finally canceled. And I got $0. So I sent a help ticket to Uber twice, and twice it disappeared. So I was like, what was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to pick up this person in sketchy circumstances when I didn't feel safe? Felt like, I don't know, I was being set up for something. So that's one thing. The other thing that I wanted to let people know, that there's one behavior that will make you get a 1-star rating from me. Now, users might think, I'm talking about rating the users. They rate me, the driver. Rating a user, users might think, oh, it doesn't matter, or they might not even know what their user rating is. And I just got really distracted. Here's why it makes a difference, because I've learned that if you're on the fence about a ride, that user rating gives you information. Now, the drivers cannot know whether or not you tipped before they give you a rating. So there's something else going on. The one thing that I will do if you make me wait, I will give you 1 star, because in my eyes, there's no excuse for that. If you order an Uber, say maybe it usually takes 20 minutes for the Uber driver to come. So you think, oh, I'm gonna, order my Uber. And then for some reason, the Uber driver's close by. Maybe they're only 4 minutes away. Well, if you need more time and you see they're only 4 minutes away, cancel it immediately. Cancel it. If you need to go at a certain time, then make a reservation. But if you keep that ride and let me sit there and wait, it's really the rudest thing. It's the rudest thing you can do to your driver, because then you're just telling me, I don't care how much time you waste. I'm just going to waste your time. You're not going to get paid anymore, or pennies on the dollar for the wait time. First 2 minutes are free. I've never I've never been able to wait long enough to get a cancellation fee. I can't stand it. If I do take a ride and you made me wait, as soon as you get out of the car and I end the ride, I will rate you 1 star, because it's just not nice. Scariest thing that happened to me, situation I was in. It was an early morning. I dropped a lady off at work. It was still dark. So I backed into the parking spot, and I'm just sitting there, waiting for my next ride. And someone tried to like opened my door, my passenger door. And I was like, "What are you doing?" Oh, he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were my boss's car." But I was like, "Oh my gosh." That startled me so much because um, anybody could just get in my car. So now I'm being much more careful about hitting the lock button when I'm just sitting there waiting. So I'm pretty upset about this 15-minute ride that the user wanted to switch out 2 men for her because she didn't feel well. I don't know. I'm pretty troubled by that. So I submitted 2 help tickets to Uber. One because I thought I'd submitted the first time, and then it wasn't appearing there. So I submitted another one, and guess what? It's not appearing again. Are they just erasing my lines? Um, I am talking to you from Phoenix. I drive for Uber in the Phoenix area. I started October 1st. So I'm still kind of learning. I'm pretty upset about what happened this morning with that lady and me getting $0 after wasting 15 minutes in rush hour traffic. So hi guys, where are you guys from? I'm just talking about what my experience driving Uber. Do you guys take Ubers or Lyfts? Today I gave my very first Lyft ride. So here's what I did. When that lady, I pulled up and I didn't want to, I was like, "What do you mean you're not going to go? You feel sick. You're going to send these 2 guys instead." So I was just parked. I turned on Lyft and I got a ride. So I just went on the Lyft ride. The Uber ride was still active. She finally canceled it. It was like a standoff. Who was going to cancel first? And she canceled eventually, but I didn't get any money for it, so I don't know. Put it submitted. Anyway, do you guys ride Ubers? What's your experience? Do you know what your rider rating is? Do you care? I've started to notice that if your rating is low, some drivers are really set on this. I mean, if they have a choice, they won't take a rider. And by low, I mean less than 4.8. Like 4.65 is a really low rating. You have to try really hard to get that low. And I'm finding that riders with lower ratings, they have to pay more for rides because the drivers don't want to take them. So when Uber sends out the ride and drivers aren't accepting, then they have to pay more. So you kind of should care about your rating if you take ride shares. And the best way to keep your rating high is to be waiting for your driver. Because here's the other thing. When I pull up, say I'm pulling up classically to the airport, right? I want to pick you up from the airport. Well, you have the model of my car, what kind of car I drive, what color the car is. You have a picture of me, my license plate number. What do I have about you? I have your name and your Uber rating. So sometimes I can't even tell if you're a man or a woman from your name. Chris can be a man or a woman. Robbie can be a man or a woman. So some people don't even have a name. They have a letter, V or A. So I have really no idea most of the time what you look like. It's so helpful, especially at the airport when there are a bunch of people, I'm pulling up looking like this. It's so helpful if you can recognize me and wave to me because I'm here. I know I can pull over. So you know what I look like. I don't know what you look like. I don't know anything about you other than your rating. But if you're there waiting for me, I'm so happy. You're not wasting my time. If I have to wait for you, I'll still be nice, but I'm gonna rate you one star. Sorry. So it goes. So, another thing, I am not going to tell where are you from? So I'm driving in Phoenix. Oh, you're very kind. You're very kind for saying that. What else did I want to tell you about? I just had a thought. Oh, all right. Let's talk about this whole Uber thing. I gave a ride to a couple over the holidays, picked them up in a swanky neighborhood. They were going to a very swanky address for their Christmas party. The woman got into the car on the phone and she was on the phone the whole time. She told her friend, they were trying to arrange, where they were going to meet, or were they going to go somewhere else before the party. And she was saying, yeah, I'm in the Uber. Yeah, the Uber. It was like, ew, they were saying Uber. And other providers have told me that Uber drivers were weird. So I'm like, I was a little bit offended at first. I mean, if someone's in my car and they say I'm in an Uber, I'm sorry. My car is my car ooh? Let me just turn the lights on here. What do you see ooh about my car? I don't see any ooh. So she's in there saying Uber. All right, what does that mean? Is it that she thought my car was dirty or gross, or that I was dirty or gross? Why is she calling it Uber? And I really think it's going to be a problem for Join Monotheistic 2020. I don't know what that's about. It's going to be a problem, I think, for Uber because given the fares that they're offering, the vast majority of the rides that I'm offered come in at about $16 an hour. So that's an active hour. It's not just me sitting in my car waiting for a ride. It's when I'm actually going to pick up or drop off a passenger. That's what they consider an active hour. And so I'm sorry, I cannot afford to work at $16 an hour. Gross revenue before taxes, before I pay for any expense, before depreciation or tires for my car. That's just not enough wage. But somebody's taking those rides. There's a driver out there or several drivers out there who are taking these rides at that rate. And if they're taking rides at that rate, then they probably can't afford their car, number one. And they might not be in the socioeconomic class that their riders are in. Maybe, I don't know. There are lots of different reasons. So it's going to be a PR problem for Uber. I think that's why they're starting to offer things like Uber Comfort, Uber Premier. Of course, obviously, people can do Uber Black too if you have, the budget for it. So, what do you guys think? Have you had bad experiences in Ubers? Do you not ride Ubers? I don't know. So, I'm trying to earn $1,000 gross revenue per week driving for Uber. This week, what have I earned? I don't know. I'm just a little over half of that, and it's already Thursday. Is today Thursday morning? So I have a lot more work to do, and I'm frustrated that this lady wasted my time so much this morning. So I pay extra to have. Oh, you're very kind. Do you take Deirdre? There's more though. What's more? Monotheistic berry. I don't know what you're promoting here. Vilikatavuki. So I don't want to bore you guys anymore. I don't have anything else interesting to say. I never take shares. I think maybe one day I'll challenge myself and take just shares. We'll see how that goes. It wouldn't work. This job would not be worthwhile at all if it were not for the generosity of people and their tips. I would have stopped driving already if people were not generous with their tips. So I appreciate that very much. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.